Hello, my morning mindset partners. We are here to get our minds right for the day, because we cannot live this day without our minds being right. We can't live triumphantly and courageously and as an overcomer if we don't have our head screwed on straight, if we're not thinking rightly. That's what the morning mindset is about, is helping us think rightly. And rightly means according to truth, not according to what we feel, not according to what others say is true, not even according to what appears to be true, through what we see in the world happening around us. God has told us a book full of truth, right? The Bible. It's full of His truth about Himself, about us, about the world we live in. And that is our foundation upon which we are to set our minds every morning. And we've been looking at Romans chapter 3. And in particular, the things that God has done for us in Jesus Christ. And He says, which we covered yesterday in the morning mindset, that we have been justified by God's grace as a gift. So we are no longer seen by God as being apart from Him because of our sin. We are now just. We are now righteous. And He says in verse 25, God did it by putting forward as a propitiation by His blood, His Son, Jesus Christ. So let me say that again. He's justified us through the redemption that's in Christ Jesus, whom God put forward as a propitiation by His blood. Now that word propitiation may not mean anything to you because you don't know what it means. So let me help you understand. That's a big Bible word. Propitiation means taking the punishment for us. You see, God put forward His Son to be our propitiation. And that sounds a little odd to us, that someone would give their dearly loved Son to pay a penalty other people deserve. But you see, God did it by His grace. Verse 23 tells us He did it as a gift. He did it so that we could be made just in God's sight, so that we could be made righteous. And why was Jesus Christ the one to be the propitiation? Because He's the only one who has the infinite worth and the infinite holiness needed to bear the penalty. You see, He was dying for the sin of the world. And that means people from the beginning of time up until now, all of us who are living now, and everybody forward in time until the world comes to an end. He's dying for all the sin committed in all that time. And His life has to be a worthy sacrifice. And it was, because it was a perfect life. God knew that was the only way He could both justify us and be just in judging our sin. He judged it in Jesus Christ by putting Him on the cross. And so that's why He put Him forward as a propitiation by His blood. So let me encourage you, don't let big Bible words like propitiation become a turnoff to you because they sound all old-fashioned or confusing. Let's dig into it and understand what God is explaining to us here. Propitiation is a glorious word. It's a delightful word because it's the word that explains to us how God redeemed us. He did it through pouring out His judgment on His own beloved Son in Jesus Christ. And we receive it by faith. We receive the benefit by faith. So today, live in faith that you are made right through Jesus' blood. You are. It doesn't matter what you do today or what you have done in the past. It doesn't matter how you slip up. You can assure yourself, I am holy in God's sight because of the propitiation that Jesus has poured out on my behalf. So brothers and sisters, live confidently today and live boldly, live in faith, knowing God is your gracious God today.